Good morning, everybody. What do you see when you look at this? Well, if it's a hot day, it might be something that you really want. Cool water. Do you see a glass of water? I guess it's all right to assume it's water. If I tasted it, it would be. Don't know what else I could be holding. But the way you look at the glass and think about it has been used to define the sort of person we are. Some of us think of the glass as half full. Others see the glass as half empty. I wonder what's the first thing that came to your mind when you looked at the glass. It is said that pessimists look at the glass and see it half empty. They see things that are missing, that are not quite right. They tend to see the whole outcome as being the worst situation possible, or they believe that the worst thing is going to happen. Whereas the optimist sees the glass as half full. They see the good, the possibilities. They expect the best to happen. What do I mean by this? Do you tend to look at life with a positive outlook, or do you lead towards the negative? Are you looking at the glass as half full or half empty? This way, we tend to see things can be partially due to who we are, our personality. But I think we can have a lot of control over the way we look at things. With practice, we can become a more positive person. We have control over very few things, but we control the way that we look at things. Listen to a proverb from Bible in Proverbs 23. It tells us, as a man thinks in his heart, so he is. Choosing your attitude. As I was thinking about this situation we're in Victoria, I'm wondering what you were thinking about over the past few months. I went out today out of mask for the first time and it was good. It would be easy to look at the situation and what's happening as the glass being half empty, to be depressed about the lockdown, to be worried about not being able to go out, to think about what has happened, that the world is getting into a worse place, to be angry at the situation, to be angry at God for allowing it to happen, or the government, or something else. Or maybe we look at the situation another way. We see what is happening and find the good things that are there. It's great. I've been able to do so many things around the house to get it world. I haven't had to go and meet people. It's been good to slow down. Look at the way we in Victoria have defeated the virus at this present stage. As I thought about this during this week, I thought maybe the way God looks at this glass is in neither of those ways. He's not seeing the glass half full or half empty. God sees the whole picture. He sees the whole glass. The glass is actually full. There's some water, and that you can see. The rest is filled up with air. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. We need air just as much as we need water. They're both vital to our existence. They're both important. How many times in our life have we judged ourselves or another person or a situation based on what we see, or based on just what we're feeling at the time, or what is happening to us? It's only when we use our five senses that we don't see the whole picture. We need to use our spiritual senses as well. We need to use our spiritual eyes, our spiritual ears, our spiritual feelings. Seeing things from a spiritual perspective is a gift to practice and to become familiar with. It doesn't come easy. What a different view we get when we see things with our spiritual senses. In 1 Thessalonians 5, Paul shows us how to see the world, start to see the world with spiritual eyes. Let me read from 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 16 to 18. Always be joyful, never stop praying. Give thanks no matter what happens. God wants you to thank Him because you believe in Jesus Christ. Paul is saying always to find a reason to have joy, to look at the situation and see the good, to see what is joyful in it. Not only joy, but Paul says take everything to God in prayer. Whatever is happening to you, the situation, to connect with God, to get an insight to what God is doing and what God is saying, to understand the situation from God's point of view. And thirdly, to be thankful for all things. But not just thankful for things that are hard, that are happened, but thankful because God is with you. Thankful that God is in control, that God knows what is best for you. Have you ever had an experience where it seemed like your glass was half full or half empty? I encourage you to see the other half. Do you wonder if there's not enough time or money or energy or love to do what you think needs to be done? Sure, you may be grateful for what you have, but I don't have enough money to help everyone. I don't have enough time to do all the things that I think need to be done. Well, it's time to open your spiritual eyes, to look at what is not being seen. There's more in the glass than you thought. God's love, care, God's guidance, God's protection, His glory, His grace are always there, filling our lives to the fullest if we let it. May I encourage you to open your spiritual eyes in the days ahead, to see the unseen, no matter what your situation, to be joyful and rest in the joy that you have in God in every situation you have. And also then to take everything to God in prayer. Ask God what is happening around you, to see things from God's point of view. Why is that hard thing happening to me? What is God's purpose in it? But above all, to give thanks. Not maybe for the situation, but thanks to God for what He can do through you. Thanks to God for what He has done for you. Thanks to God for Jesus Christ and your faith in Him. I pray that you will have joy, that you will take your day to God, and that you will be able to see things with God's eyes. I pray that you will have a good week together.